Okay, everyone got their coffee, grab some donuts, and settle down. And now I will be introducing the amazing Dustin York.
Oh! How's it going, guys? How are you feeling? This kind of goes awkward way over here. So I'm just gonna put here. Basically, so there's a new session I hear that I'm starting this off of these kind of talks and these sessions. What I want to talk about is hustle motivation and side hustles. So I think everyone can use extra money on the side, right? So I've done that since I was like 13, of like hustling and like buying a bunch of candy and then selling it at an increased rate at school, stuff like that, to try to get like extra money and whatnot, and like constant motivation. So basically what I was hoping to do, just like 15 minutes or so, I'm going to tell you kind of my journey into like all the things I've done at this point real quick, 5 minutes, and then like brainstorm with you on literally things you can do to make money today. Because nowadays it is incredibly easy to make money on the side without having a, like as a student, and you've got work, and you've got sports, and you've got all work study and all this other stuff. If you have a cell phone, you can literally make a couple $100 this week. Super easy. So that's my plan, right? And I don't want this to be a lecture, so if you have questions, like along the way, just say, hey Ginger, like hold on a second, I got a question. Just so you know, I'm the director of the communication program here. So if you have any questions about that. So basically my journey, so I started like my big thing for like hustling motivation was to go, Sam's. So I would get Sam's Club. So I would get like the big candy bars and like sodas and stuff, and then sell them at school, right? Just at like young age. I don't know if it's legal or not. I did that quite a bit, and then when it was not legal, which I know this is being tape recorded, but back in my day, there were CDs. I know it's not a thing anymore, but burning CDs, right, of songs, which is incredibly illegal, right? But when I was like 15, I would do that, sell CDs at school and whatnot. What forced me to, so a lot of people like ask like why do this? So starting at like 13, I paid rent. So my family, we didn't have much money, we didn't do very well, so it was basically everyone's responsibility to kind of pitch in, right? So I basically had rent, and I paid for like utilities and whatnot before I could drive. And then went to college, had multiple jobs in college, had like 22 hours, one semester working, or had 22 credit hours, 44 hours a week working, and then side hustles on top of that. When I was 20, I opened a bar, so I wasn't even 21. And Lachey knows the bar I'm talking about. So it was myself and two others. There was only one of them that was over 21. And we opened this bar, had no idea about anything whatsoever. But I come from like the marketing world, communication world, so it was flooded with people every single night. We had so many tickets though, that, because we didn't know what we were doing, we had a lot of like underage drinking tickets, and like safety tickets, and health tickets, and that it was only open for 10 months. We came out positive in the whole thing, and we weren't sued, so that's good. So that was in college. When I was a freshman, I started working at Spencer's, Spencer's the mall. And myself, I was one of the only two people that weren't fired for stealing. So they came in, everyone was stealing. It was myself and one other person, and it was the worst producing store in the district, right? So it was terrible. It didn't really make any money. And basically, the district manager, the regional manager, came down and said, "Hey, basically, we're going to shut this store down. We're going to keep it open until Christmas, and then make whatever you can make, and then shut it down. So basically, you can be the store manager if you want. And like, there's no training, there's no nothing." So basically, I was like, "Oh, sure," right? I was a sophomore at that time. And I was like, "Sure." So I didn't follow any of the Spencer's rules, right? So they had like procedures on like the lighting and what should be in the windows. Like if anyone's worked retail, like there's things that you should do. I didn't follow any of that. I did my own thing. I like partnered with sororities and fraternities for their parties to have like stuff from our store and give discounts. And within a year, we became the 14th best store in the company. So it was over 500 stores. So it became the worst in the district, which was about 450th in the company, to the 14th best in the entire company. Basically because I rebranded everything and changed like if you've been to dispensers, you know what I'm talking about. They sell inappropriate things and they sell a lot of different stuff. But they had a lot of weird rules, so I changed it. And basically, when I did that, I was like, hey, I want to do this full time, which I was a little too confident for being a college student, because at that time I was like getting into junior. I said, I'm going to do this full time. So I got a full-time job as PR for Spencer's for corporate. They basically made a new position, did that. It was pretty cool, it's pretty neat, flipped that. And what I would do to get into the motivation side is no matter what degree you're in, like networking constantly. So what I did was, I was making, it was like $35,000 a year, right? Which is super good for, especially a junior, right? But my idea of success in my head was like a really good car and like suits and a, corner office and like what you see in movies, right? At that time, that's what I thought success looked like. So I knew $35,000 a year wasn't going to do that. So like 5 nights a week, I would go out to bars, basically, but not bars like college bars. I would go to bars where professionals went, right? For like happy hours and things like that, where I knew professionals went every single night. So I would go like 5 nights a week and I would meet people. I would just randomly talk. Like if you look like a professional, I would talk to you, right? And because I knew that I had to know people to get jobs, right? There's hundreds of people applying for these jobs. If you want the good one and you want to be successful at a young age, you gotta talk to people, right? So I would do that, and I met a lot of realtors. I met a lot of random people that could help me. But eventually, I met a lawyer. The lawyer was a little tipsy at the time. He introduced me to a larger group of people, which ended up with a couple of meetings. I accepted a full-time job for the Obama campaign. So I accepted that simply because I talked to random people at a bar. So I met some people, some lawyers, and then the lawyers' bosses and their bosses' bosses. I talked to them and said, the Obama campaign at that time, if not like a history lesson, but Hillary Clinton bought all the expensive people, right? Obama didn't have any money, so he was hiring like full-time young people because we didn't cost very much, right? So I got that opportunity, basically traveled around, never met the big guy, traveled around with Joe Biden for a year for like media relations and social media, did that, and then immediately flipped that because I knew it was ending. I said, hey, well, how can I flip this into something else? So I used those connections to get 2 interviews. There's 2 companies I wanted to work for, Google or White & Kennedy. White & Kennedy is the most creative agency in the world. Got interviews for both. I accepted, I'd never heard of, I basically told Google I was going to take the other offer. So went to White & Kennedy and said, I worked there for a while, taught a class while I was in Portland, loved it, and said, I'm going to do this. Got the master's, got the doctorate. We've been here in Maryville for 6 years now. My wife is from St. Genevieve, so that was like he's from St. Genevieve. You're from St. Genevieve. So St. Louis was like a compromise, right? There's universities in St. Louis, so we moved here, and then have side hustles, right? So a lot of side hustles. So this is my full-time gig. This is the thing I'm most passionate about, right? I love this with a passion. I gave up, the agency world, which is good money, but really good money. It's a passion of mine. So then I got side hustles, right? So I do trainings, which is the most profitable of all the side hustles. That I basically show up to companies like Charter, Anheuser-Busch, Nike, Pepsi for an hour or 2 to do trainings on social media, metrics, nonverbals, things like that. Get paid for an hour. I also consult for 2 different companies on crisis communication and what they should do when they mess up, basically. But then there's I have side hustles that have nothing to do with that, right? So I flip houses. So every 2 years, I buy a new house. One of the best ways to get money is real estate, I found out. I bought my first house when I was 19 in college. Basically what I did, I bought this house. Neighborhood was it was something I could afford. And what I did is, it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, and I basically had a full basement, and I built 3 bedrooms downstairs by myself, and I had no construction background whatsoever. And I had 1 visit to the ER because of that, and built 3 bedrooms and filled it with friends. So not only did I not have rent, but then I made money, right? So I don't know what your living situation is, but there's so much money you can make off real estate. The amount, and I don't want to make you feel bad about what you're paying for rent right now, but people pay a lot of money for rent. and you don't have to, right? And if you are someone who says, I have to live by myself, you get over it. Like, you can make a lot, like, Phil had a lot of people. If you own the house, I made, not only, like, the rent was $500 a month, and not only did I not have any rent whatsoever, but I netted about $1,000 a month, just from that, right? So sold that, and nowadays I buy and sell every 2 years. And that, I won't get too detailed of the finance part, but I make good money off that. So every 2 years is a good chunk of money. So basically, fix it up, sell it, get another one, fix it up, sell it. That has nothing to do with marketing or communication. I also have a shoe store. So, sorry. I don't know how to do it on time. But, so basically, and not to, I don't want to give you too much of my stuff because you're going to knock off my business, but I feel like this is a safe group that I can tell you this, so I'm going to give you your own ideas. Please don't take my ideas. So what I do is, what's the store?
Once Upon a Child.
Once Upon a Child. You ever heard of this store? Once Upon a Child? It's like secondhand kids stuff, right? I went to check. I'm a big shoe guy. I love shoes. Like, I have a whole room in my house, nothing but shoes. A bunch of shoes. Jordans, Pumas, I get it. So I wanted some for my daughter. I have a 2-year-old, right? So I want her to have the same, like, I want some, like Space Jams or a shoe I really like. I was like, I'm gonna go get some Space Jams. They're like $150. It's like, shit, I'm gonna outgrow these in 2 months. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna go to the store. I found them for $6. I said, $6? You crazy? So I bought her a bunch, and then I bought all of them I could find. I spent like, I don't know, $100 on a bunch of shoes, right? And I put them in this sack. My wife has this sack that she washes delicates in or whatnot, so it's like, I don't know what's called. I put my shoes in the sack, put them in the washing machine, got them out there looking brand new, put them on eBay, and they sold for like $90 each. So now, like, I don't have much time. Like, if I were you, I'm not saying you have a lot of time. I'm saying if you have time, like, if I had a lot of time, I would be going to these stores every day. Because I can go like twice a month. It's kind of when I can carve out time to go to one of these stores, buy them all, take pictures, put them on eBay, and they sell for $6 because I have no money into it except for $6. And they range from like low end 40, high end 100, right? And I sell about 2 or 3 a week right now of shoes. And right now I'm a little dry on inventory, so I have to get back out right now. But But so that leads into the second part of like how you can do this. So, like, think about your day, right? And the amount of hours you have in the day, right? You don't need to sleep for 10 hours. I'll tell you that, right? That if you wake up early, force yourself to wake up early, right? Get in the mode of moving as soon as you wake up. So if it's coffee, if it's like, you guys have a routine. When you wake up, you have a routine, right? So wake up, make your bed, right? Does anyone make their bed when they wake up? I do that not because I'm a neat freak, but because it's like I accomplished something. So it puts me in the mindset of doing something productive, right? So I make a bed, just so it's there. I take a shower, and in the last 10 seconds of the shower, I turn it as cold as possible. Right? Does anyone do this? No. Yeah. That's written about turn it as cold as possible. That will wake you up mentally better than any coffee you can ever have in your life. It's basically having like 10 cups of coffee. So do that, 10 seconds of cold water, and then just do 10 push-ups. It's not a workout, it's just to wake your body up, right? Because your body's like real tired. So just do like 10 push-ups that wakes your body up, and then you're ready to go, right? And I see a lot of your eyes like, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. But seriously, it works. And if I could give suggestions, again, I don't know one person's path is right, but I'm not a big TV guy, or like, you can waste a lot of time on TV, a lot of time on Xbox and Fortnite, and if you knew that new update on Apple, it tells you how many hours a week you were on each app. I love that, right? I check it daily, right? It forces me to spend less time on Instagram and whatnot, and that helps kind of carve out time in your day. And then you can kind of fill that, right? So you have class, you got work study, you got work, and then take on a side hustle. So let's start the first thing is to think about any issues or problems that people face, right? I faced an issue where I didn't want to pay $150 for some kids' shoes or she was going to wear it for 2 months. So I thought, there's got to be a way to hijack this, right? There's an opportunity here where I can sell it for $80. That's $50 cheaper, or $60 cheaper, and people are going to buy it, right? So, like, what's an issue that you guys face? Like a headache that you face? I know if you have a class on this campus at noon, what's that?
Mine's not at noon, but it's genetics.
Genetics? A class? Perfect. So, think about how you can hijack that, right? I know there's tutors on campus, but can you provide more service for a price, right? I don't know. Is that an option, right? Yeah. Parking. Awesome. So literally, and I'm not giving you advice right now, think about, but just at least get you in the mindset, like, who's ever had an issue parking? Awesome. Something should trigger in your mind that said, there's an opportunity. Would you pay $1 to get to class easy and not have to walk a long way? Would you pay $1? If you say yes, something should in your head say, everyone else is willing to pay $1. So what can you do, right? And again, I'm not saying you can actually do this on this campus. You may be turned down. But if I was a student, right, and I'm going to say you're probably getting turned down at Maryville, I have no idea, but if I were a student at Maryville, I would say, okay, if I could charge $1 or $2 a student, I would say, how much does a super used golf cart cost? $300 bucks. Go out, see how much that is, spray paint it, make it look kind of nice, and then charge, right, for like Apple Pay or Square or Venmo and some service, right? You have to ask someone on this campus if you do that, right? Who that is, I have no idea. Start with your life coach. Your life coach will then figure it out. I don't know who you have to ask. Public safety, maybe? I don't know. But does that make sense? Like, that's a super easy way to get there. But even there, like, with your phone, like, literally, if you have a phone, if you have a smartphone, you can make so much on eBay, right? Buy things, sell on eBay. Super easy. Same with Amazon, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. I made $200 on Facebook Marketplace just this weekend. Like, literally, look around what's in your house that you don't use, take a picture of it. Put on Marketplace, I had stuff sell within 5 minutes. And they come to, I didn't have to meet them. I put it on the outside in front of my house, taped an envelope to my door, and said, put the $50 in the envelope. Like, I have your profile. You're not just going to take it and run. I know who you are, right? And yeah, they came, they put the $50 in the envelope, they took the thing, and like, I had no time to put it into it whatsoever, right? So also, like on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, there's a section of free stuff, right? There's a section on Facebook Marketplace, free. Same thing as Craigslist, free stuff. Look on there, see what you can sell for $10, $20. Go pick it up because you have 2 hours where you were going to just watch Netflix, right? Go pick it up, take a picture, put it online, sell it for $10, $20. Like, the easiest thing in the world. Some other things is like eBay and Amazon optimization, which, you heard of Alibaba? Okay, so Alibaba Express, if you download that app, Alibaba Express, it is larger than Amazon. It is a Chinese app that sells stuff. Doesn't matter what. Salt and pepper shakers, curtains, iPhone cases, iPhone chargers, anything. Like literally, pretty much anything, right? Alibaba Express. Say what you want, and then you can sell those things on Amazon or eBay. And literally, the person just pays you. Lachey, you want to sell salt and pepper shakers that look like Yoda. You find it on Alibaba Express. You then make a page, like a Spotify site, or sell on Amazon, right? Make an Amazon page. On Alibaba, it's like $1 each. You sell it for $6 on Amazon, right? Make some really good copy, maybe buy one, make a video, use some social media expertise that you have, right? And then you direct it directly from Alibaba. So it never comes to you. The salt and pepper shakers never come to Lachey. I buy the thing, it goes directly from China to me, right? So literally, Lachey has no overhead. She never pays for the salt and pepper shakers. She doesn't have a store. She doesn't own anything. Literally, all she's doing is she makes a Shopify site, an Amazon site, finds something on Alibaba, puts the link to it, says, hey, $6, click here. $5 goes to Lachey, $1 goes to Alibaba. Incredibly easy. Like, a lot of Amazon is that. Like, a lot of stuff on Amazon is just Alibaba things that have markup, right? Same thing on eBay. Like, a lot of that stuff. You'll see the exact same product being sold by hundreds of different people. It's because it's the same product coming from the same factory, it's just they have different prices on it. But no one checks, right? So, super, super easy thing to do, right? Same thing with brands. Like I know for the shoes, people spend a ridiculous amount because they have a Jordan brand on it. Go to Marshall's, right? Like, does anyone have an Amazon app? Like, if you open your Amazon app, there's a camera. If you hit that camera icon, it brings up your camera, and it says scan barcode, right? So there's like a barcode thing. Go to Marshall's, go to TJ Maxx, go to Goodwill, go to anywhere. You scan the barcode of the thing, and it tells you how much it's being sold on Amazon. So if you find shoes at TJ Maxx that are selling for $30, scan it. Selling for $50 on Amazon, like you buy all of them. You just sell on Amazon. I mean. So if you have a smartphone and you just think about the issues people are having, right? People are having this headache, fix the headache. Or there's this thing people want, salt and pepper shakers, they don't want to research it. They just want to buy something. Oh, it's cool. I'm going to buy the first one I see on Amazon. Be the first one on Amazon. Or if it's a brand, Ralph Lauren, right? People pay a lot of money for Ralph Lauren. Go buy it cheap, sell it, because you have it at the TJ Maxx in St. Louis, but people in St. Genevieve, they don't have a TJ Maxx, right? You're going to sell to people in St. Genevieve a higher price, right? Because you're providing the Ralph Lauren merchandise. Does that make sense? Is that like, I try to give you like super tactical, like step by step. You can make money very quickly and not have much, if any, overhead, right? So, any questions, any like thoughts, like, does anyone have a side hustle? Does anyone have something that they do that they make some money on the side that it's super easy? I got one friend that spent, he had $3,000. Remember this, was it lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse? What was the thing that was like a year ago? Solar eclipse. Solar eclipse, he spent $3,000, which is a big chunk of change. He spent $3,000 for custom glasses, right? Bought from China, from Alibaba, the custom glasses. He made $317,000.
I believe it.
$317,000 selling those glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He sold lots of businesses. The businesses were giving out free. I mean, Maryville gave them out free, but Maryville had to pay for those, right? So he made from $3,000 to $317,000 selling those solar eclipse sunglasses, right? So like think about things that are coming up that people are going to buy. Even if it's like, hey, I'll buy some of those glasses for $1. When you buy it for 10 cents, and you sell hundreds of thousands of them, it's huge. What do you have? You got a side hustle?
I'm sure you know Brand Supreme.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it took me a year to get where I am now. I'm able to buy it and collect tokens and sell it on stock.
Well, and it's legit. It's not knockoff. Nice. So that's a big. So you know that's a huge market, right? That knockoff market is huge. So you have to compete with that, right? And prove that yours is legit and whatnot. Awesome, man. And so you sell directly through which site?
It's called StockX.
Oh, StockX. Nice. You're doing well. What kind of time do you put into something like that? Yeah. Like, once you find your thing, right, whatever niche that is, you can do this pretty easy. Is it mostly through your phone? How do you do it?
I mean, like, every time that it's getting
Yep.
set up my computer, my iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So you know there's also a hustle. A lot of people will pay someone to wait in lines, right? So a lot of them are going to the app. Like Nike has the apps, like for some of their drops for their shoes. But some of them still go to the old school of like you have to wait in line. right? What, the Apple phones, same thing, right? Go wait in a line or pay someone. Pay if you've got a younger brother or sister or you know someone in high school, hey, give you 20 bucks to wait in this line for 4 hours. Sure, right? You say absolutely. You're gonna make a couple $100, right? So shoes, I just personally know that you make a lot of money on shoes, but like Apple products, things like that has a big line. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you know what I'm talking about with these shoes. The resale of these shoes are crazy right now. It is ridiculous. So please don't take my specific hustle or yours. Right? Anyone else? Anyone else have a
When I was in high school, people would pay me $50 to $100 to teach their younger siblings the Thriller dance at their Halloween and birthday parties, which I didn't cost anything because I didn't even know it. I just learned it off YouTube, and people would have me come and teach the Thriller choreography at their birthday parties for $50 to $100. So
awesome.
now I just do like choreography for dance teams and stuff, but it started because people asked me to teach the Thriller dance.
See, that's awesome. So like think about like what skills you have, right? Can you play basketball? Can you play soccer? Can you play Fortnite? There are people paying big money to teach you how to play Fortnite. You do like you know this? Like this is a thing? There are Fortnite trainers that get paid big money. Musical instrument. What happened, right? Like use those skills. People pay big money. There's entire I don't remember on the top of my head, but there's like trainer websites. Just like eBay, but you put your skill up there and then you can be bought basically for your skill. So that's awesome. Good hustle. Anything else? Anything about hustle they have? At least you get a hustle. You want to talk about it?
I mean, I can, now that you brought it up, but on the side with a friend, we do coaching and consulting around strengths for higher ed.
Yeah. That's like consultant is huge. I have students. I have mostly junior seniors, but I mean anyone can do it. We're like social media. Actually, I have a freshman. I have a freshman right now that she has 2 paid clients for social media, for businesses. They don't know how to do social media, so they're going to hire a young person to do it because they know social media. Like, and it's crazy how much businesses are paying someone else to do social media because they're like, oh, it's scary. I don't know. It must be super hard to do. It's not. It's not. It's, I mean, buying ads on Facebook. Like, you can figure it out, right? Or you take one of my social media classes and then go make good money off that. SEO is the same way, right? So any sort of consultant. And you don't have to be like, that's one thing like I got hung up on, especially early, was like always self-conscious about my age. Because I was like, oh, I'm not 40, or I'm not 50, I'm not in the CEO age, right? And people don't care. Like as long as you're confident about what you're doing, people don't care whatsoever. Literally, like my colleagues didn't know my age until, and I think I grew facial hair to try to look older than I really was. And I think I got people for quite a few years. And then like 2 years I won 30 under 30, like St. Louis Business Journal's 30 under 30 for St. Louis. And it was like, everyone kept emailing me because they didn't realize that I was younger, right? So I was like subconscious about it. But now that I know, if I would go back in time to tell my younger self, is like people don't care about your age, right? If you're 18 and you can push traffic on Facebook and you can bring in people like buying, I don't care. I don't care how old you are. You can bring in people on Facebook or teach my daughter how to play basketball. I don't care how old you are. Just get it done, right? So definitely don't hang up on that, for sure. Anything else? Any questions or like, I have a skill in this, or I enjoy this, how can I make money off this, or like that? Any side hustles we can bounce around? Yeah.
Isn't it like, how you said the Facebook thing? Isn't that bad, like where people know where you live then?
Oh, for marketplace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can have them pick up somewhere else if you don't if you want to go and
Like meet
meet
them
them in a
at
parking lot or something. You
Yeah.
can do that. Absolutely. Yep. I mean for my end, again I just started doing that this weekend because I've never done it before. But I also think of like the time that you put into something. So like if I'm like the shoes, if I'm spending an hour cleaning shoes, it's probably not worth it, right? The time, right? But if you can just put stuff outside your house, right? If you're only making $10 on an item, it may not be beneficial for you to have to then drive to the mall to meet someone, and because you'll make more in an hourly job probably. But if you're saying, I bring the thing home, put it on my front of my house or in front of a dorm, so come to a dorm, right? Not inside the dorm, but outside the dorm, right? And that'll work, right? Yeah, super easy. But I guess it just kind of depends on time. Sure. That's good. Well, I appreciate you guys. I don't know, what is, we just eat donuts and coffee and, when's the next one? Is there?
Next week, same
Next
time,
week?
same place.
What's that one? What's the topic?
Oh, Erica Rush Hour.
Okay. She's talking about something. Oh, we don't know.
Find
okay.
out.
There's something she's going to
Stay
talk about.
tuned.
It will be great. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Dustin, and the communication program. So let me know.
Got a lot more coffee.
Actually, super quick. I got another side hustle. If you want to, if you on Instagram.
Oh, jeez.
I have my own show on Instagram.
Keeping social.
I have a
Tagged
weekly
it.
show, and it gives you tips on new things, new life hacks on social media and technology each week. So if you go search Keeping Social on Instagram, follow, and you'll get a show every Friday. Every Friday there's a 60-second show on what's new that week. So follow that. I don't make, it does not charge you, so for new deals. Awesome. You guys have a fantastic day. All right.
Dustin.
Yes. So the flip on that is when we get my followers, I have a book that comes out in 6 months. So